I could really use a change of scenery. Yeah. Everybody smoking all the greenery. Yeah.
Hi everyone, Kaary here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I decided to go for a house. This house is also based on an eco style. It doesn't seem to be that eco, but still I tried to go for that vibe. It's a house for two roommates and they have a dog. I decided to go for this type of house because since we got Discover University, we actually got that roommate system that I really like. I think it's a really good system if you want to have more than one sim, but also just play with one of them, for example, or I don't know. But I wanted to build a house for two students. One of them is really into music, and I'm not really sure if you can actually study music at the university in The Sims, but still this sim is really into music, and the other one is really into robots and science, and so I think that sim would study robotics. I decided to make this house for two girls. It's really like, it has really neutral colors, and it's almost a little industrial in some parts, but still it looks kind of girly. So I decided it would be for two sim girls, but you can turn it into any gender that you want for your sims to live in here. I wanted to build in a different world that wasn't Evergreen Harbor, because people just kind of assume that if you're building an eco house, it goes to Evergreen Harbor. So I decided to build this one in a 20 by 20 lot in Windenburg. The structure of the house is just kind of finished by now, but I wanted to give it a little bit more of light inside of the house without using any more windows, because I didn't think they needed more windows in the house. I used this roofing texture that is the solar panels that came with Eco Lifestyle. I think it works as a solar panel, sorry. So I didn't place any extra ones, just the roofing. But that gives kind of an eco vibe. I also wanted to make it as eco-friendly as possible, because if you have two students, you don't have much time for them to work between classes, or it makes it really difficult in gameplay wise. So I just wanted to make it as easier for them to pay the bills as possible. That's why it goes with the eco part of the house. You can see here there's a little backyard, but it's not that much. I didn't think that these sims would need more space than this. It's just a 20 by 20 lot because they're students, so I thought that maybe they were just focused on their classes and their exams and didn't have much time to go out or party inside the house. But if you want to move it to a different lot, you can do it, of course, and you can add a bigger backyard if you want. So they have some plants here. I tried to go with those plants that they looked that they didn't need much water, because that's kind of an eco style too. Using plants and that don't need much water, of course, and also a lot of, not a lot of, little amount of grass in their house. So that's why they have this what are they, how do you call them? That flooring in the front of the house and also at the back. So here you can see that we're in this inside of the house, and this is the kitchen area. It's an open concept, so it has a kitchen, the living room, and a small dining area in the same part. I wouldn't call it a dining area. It's just these island counters with some bar stools, because I didn't have much space to actually put a proper dining area. But I didn't think that the Sims would need more space than this, because I thought that maybe they would just be in their bedrooms most of the time, studying and working and preparing their assignments and study. I went with my favorite cabinets and counters that are the ones from Parenthood. But the backsplash, it was kind of difficult for me to decide if I wanted that one or a different one, because I was going for something different. I'm always trying to go for something different in these last videos that I'm doing. Trying to use some items that I wouldn't use normally. So I just went for those ones with the red flowers and the flooring that complements it really well. Here you can see the living area. It has a TV, some books, a bookshelf, and here's where you can start seeing the dog things, because I really wanted them to have a dog. I think if you cannot have a pet in your dorms, these Sims lived in a house, so they could actually get a dog. Maybe one of them is the owner and the other one just accepted it and lives with them as well. But you can choose whatever you want to do. I put a pet bed in there. I know you cannot control your dogs or your cats so they can actually sleep in there, but you can ask them. You can make your Sims ask them to lay down on the pet bed, and the pet would do that. I thought that maybe the Sims would be more into like a vegetarian diet, maybe. I don't know, I just thought that that would be really interesting because of all this eco style for the house, and maybe they would be vegetarians. But of course you can do whatever you want with them if you download this house and you play with it. But I don't know, I saw the end result for the kitchen and I just thought that maybe they would be vegetarians. It gives me that style. I actually never thought of that before with a Sim, and I don't use that trait that much, because when you play with that trait, you have to be careful that your Sim doesn't eat anything with meat. And it's different from The Sims 3, when you can actually just, if you choose the vegetarian trait, the kitchen and the fridge and the oven would just block all the meat from the food, so it would be only just tofu this or vegetarian whatever. But in The Sims 4 you don't have that, so you just have to pay attention and be really careful if you play with the vegetarian trait. So I never thought I would think about making a vegetarian Sim just because I'm lazy in that part of the gameplay style. But here you can see that I'm working on the first bedroom. I went with the red color because I was thinking that maybe besides being roommates and really opposite in what they're studying, they could also be attending different schools. So this one would be attending Foxbury, and the other student would go to Brightchester. So I went with the red and the green colors for the rooms. But then I realized that I'm not sure what careers you can study in which school, so I just kept the colors and decided not to go with that vibe specifically. But still, this student is kind of messy if you compare it with the other one. Still, the same as a musician, and you can see that I'm placing a keyboard, and also I will be placing some guitars and some posters regarding music, and the same goes really into that style. With the blue guitar, I'm not sure if I use any other outdoor retreat objects for this house. So if you don't have that pack, you can still download the house and just replace that blue guitar with a different one, or with whatever you want to place in that spot if you want to place something there. But I'm not sure if I used anything else from Outdoor Retreat. The lamps, the candles that you can see there, I placed them in a different spot. I don't do that because I'm kind of a perfectionist and I just don't like things in different places. but I just thought that maybe this was kind of the vibe for that sim, because this sim is really messy. So it doesn't have any clutter on the floor or stuff like that, but they're really messy, and I thought that the sim wouldn't care where the candles were specifically. And this is the second bedroom. This is for the sim that studies robotics. I went with all the green style, as I said before, and the bed is from Eco Lifestyle, just like the other one. These ones are the ones that you can carve, or yeah, is it carving? I don't know, but you can fabricate it. Yeah, you can fabricate them. And also the rugs, they have the same rugs. This sim has a computer and also another screen that I used. I used a TV as a screen, but of course it's just decoration, unless you want your sim to watch TV from there. I placed this robot. I don't know if it's functional, because I think it needs something else to work, but I'm not sure. I have never played with the robotics career in The Sims, so I don't know how it works. But still, I placed it. Maybe the sim is working on a project and is building this robot. It has a drone and a robotic arm. I thought that was just awesome. And also those glasses, I think they're 3D or something like that. I wanted to place the fabricator there, but it was too big, so I just didn't know what to put in that spot, because I thought that this sim would be really into creating stuff. So I thought that the fabricator would be perfect, but I just went with this shelving unit, and also that chair. I think that's from City Living, and some posters as well. And here's are the two bathrooms. I know it's weird that there are two bathrooms, one next to each other, but I just wanted to go for something different in this house. You can only see me decorating this bathroom. They're not specific for one or the other sim, they're just two bathrooms together. I used the Jungle Adventure mirror. I love it, but I don't use it that much. But since I thought that I could use it as a mirror in the bathroom, I think I'm gonna use it more often. I've done it before, but I think you need a lot of space in that wall to do that, and I don't build any big bathrooms because I never thought you would need a lot of space in a bathroom. And here's the outdoor area. Here I'm placing these hydroponic plantains. I place hanging clothes, whatever is that. You can hang your clothes in there and they will dry. Because in the bathroom that you didn't see, I placed washer and dryer machines. So I thought that maybe during summer or spring your sim could actually hang their clothes outside, and during winter and autumn maybe they could just use the dryer. So they actually reduce the power bill and the power consumption. Here I used these plants or bushes, or I don't know what they are, from Romantic Garden. I actually really like the Romantic Garden plants, but I never used them that much. And that's it for today, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please remember to like and subscribe, and all my links are in the description down below. Also, you have direct access for the download build if you want to do it that way. I hope you enjoy it, and please subscribe and enjoy the screenshots, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!
It's my time to ride. I'm young, I'm free. Can't nobody take me here and now. It's my time to ride it out. It's my time, it's my time. It's my time to ride it out. It's your time, oh. Cheers to all the haters, cause you proved to me that rising to the top was my destiny. And you can see whatever from behind me, but I'm still fly, I know. still fly, let's go.